Today is Thursday, January the 4th, and this is the third day of my water fast. The goal is to go 30 days strictly on water and coffee. So far, so good. Actually, I think it's probably going to be good for me until like I said, day 17. Made one yesterday, and the one yesterday was at home. Today, I'm making a video from my office, which gives me a kind of advantage on fasting because I'm able to sit all day and think about eating. Well, not necessarily think about eating, but just think about fasting and enjoying the thoughts. But some interesting things happened today. Probably the most interesting thing was that I talked to my doctor, Dr. Venezuela, and I told him that I was about to do this fast. He's my MS doctor, so I'm on it. I think I mentioned that I have MS. But we had a teleconference today, and what's interesting about Dr. Venezuela, when I first met him, it was right after coming back from Mexico. I'm gonna have to tell you that story. Being in Tijuana, Mexico, seeking stem cell treatments for MS treatment. I was there for, I think 6 weeks. Me and my wife were there trying to get stem cells treatment. But anyway, I'm talking to Dr. Venezuela and I'm telling him about my 30-day fast that I'm doing, and he got so excited. And I was letting him know that I want to have an appointment with him to have him, make sure everything is working okay, and also to, bear witness, because I've been with him for pretty much a duration, but at least 5 years, and so he's got my history and he knows the progress. He's got my MRIs and all the other stuff, and they're looking pretty good too. So hopefully throughout this 30 days, I'll be sharing all that information with the viewers, and I really think some people are going to benefit from knowing my routine, my progress, and I'll benefit too, because I'm sure there's some people out there that are dealing with this that can probably add me some input as well. And so some things I could be doing to even increase my journey with MS. But anyway, I was talking to Dr. Venezuela, and I'm telling him that I'm going to do this, and I told him I'll be sending him links and everything like that. And he was really excited because in the MS community, especially with primary progressive MS, which is the form that I have, there's very little that they can do. There is one drug that I'm taking now that seems to be working. And, I don't know. I mean, I can't discount it, but I know it's working better with the fasting. I was talking to a friend today, and I was telling him about my fasting journey, and I was mentioning to him about, mental health. Everything nowadays is mental health, right? If you shoot somebody, mental health. If you trying to get out of the court, mental health. If you don't want to go to work, mental health. If you don't want to go to school. But anyway, if you really want to challenge your mental health as well as your physical health, imagine what type of mental health you would need to obtain in order to fast, let's say 8 hours, maybe 24 hours, 72 hours, a week, 15 days, 20 days. I know about 24 because that's the longest time I've went so far on water fasting, but can you imagine 30 days of water fasting and carrying out your normal routine? Because, last night it was probably my toughest night. It's typically the second and third day are the toughest days if you decide to and prepare to do a long fast. Anytime when I say long fast, that's more than 3 days. But boy, I was tired. And one of the things that I think you need to be aware of is that when you first start, one of the hardest things to do is to go to bed without eating, or just go to bed on an empty stomach, right? Because there's a big difference between being hungry and going to bed on an empty stomach, right? Because sometimes you could be satisfied, but just want that snack or something like that. But that sleep time is, that's a part of probably the best part of the fast. Oops, sorry about that. I got a motion sensor in my office and it just went off, so sorry about that. But to be able to go to bed, go to sleep after you're fasting, especially a long-term fast, and this is turning into a long-term fast because this is going into my 4th day, it's easier than you think. When you lay down, you finally get into bed, you'll try to get into the fetal position if you can, or, it's going to be tough. I mean, it can agonize, but once you go to sleep and you wake up, I don't know if the body feeds on itself or the fat metabolizes or what, but the energy level when you wake up after you're fasting, especially when you get to like your 3rd and 4th day, it is something that, you probably hear me say this again, that you have to experience in order to really believe. How could you be more energetic after not eating 2 or 3 days, waking up, and then all of a sudden, you get up in the morning. Like this morning, I got up, I think it was about 4:30. The first thing is always crawl out the bed and I get on the floor and I start doing my little halfway exercises, which maybe I'll show at some point later on. And then I got some kettlebells. I got some exercises that I do with them, and wash up and stuff like that. And then I try to leave home approximately about 6:30 a.m. 6:40, so I can get to work at 4. When I say get to work, I have my own office. It's more like a man cave. And then I have a Viber therapy machine. I'll show that one day too. A lot of stuff that I do. But on that machine, I was on it for 40 minutes this morning. And so that's, and if you read the instruction on it, the machine, it says each 10 minutes is equivalent to 1 hour in a gym. So if you believe that, that means that that was a 4-hour workout. But maybe I'll show that tomorrow, or at least show you the machine, or put it on one of these videos so you can see. But we got 30 days. Today is only day 4, so it's going to be a lot. And I'm kind of figuring this thing out because this YouTube experience is new to me. Hopefully, it'll be something that is going to benefit people to be able to take a look at it. But like I said, waking up energetic, and then I know today I was talking to, other than my doctor, I was talking to my banker that I was dealing with and telling him about it. He was excited. I think most people can understand fasting. I was talking to one of my tenants too, and I was just telling her, fasting is one of the few things that all 4 major religions find benefit in fasting from their parishioners. So if you look at any of the large predominant religions, some form of fasting is considered to be beneficial. And I really think for anyone, healthy or unhealthy, want to be